And now, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 145 pounds, fighting out of Urban Boxing Navy Yard, trained by Lauren Petrillo and DeCarlos Boyd, Elena Hoffman.
Kudos to Andrew Meyerson and Julie Ann Kelly, the co-founders. To date, almost $40 million raised. Cancer research is the goal. Cancer cure is the goal. And tonight, we might just get to $700,000 donated. Thank you to everybody in advance who's bought tables, supported, sponsored. A very special night is ahead.
Pounds, trained by LeCadre Howard and Lauren Polavoy, Jayme Bruiser Canfield.
Elena Hoffman is already in the wing. She is a 145-pounder out of Urban Boxing in the Navy Yard. Coming to the ring, Jayme Bruiser Canfield. Kicking it off here, Beltway Brawl VI.
Canfield's a consultant and an unaffiliated fighter. Pretty interesting, a gritty independent here, known as the Bruiser. So we got a gym-trained technician and we got a gritty independent. I like how the first bout is shaping up.
Got some surprises for you tonight, and we invite you to participate as you watch. Text DC25 to 243-725 to access the auction. You too can contribute to this special cause.
And this fight is sponsored by Joe and Diane Hoffman.
Thank you to Joe and Diane Hoffman for sponsoring this bout. 3 2-minute rounds is the agenda here. It is Hoffman in the red, Canfield in the blue.
Larry, one of the most fun parts of the evening is spotlighting kind of the history, the biographies, the things that make these individuals unique. I can't help myself here. We got Hoffman, the attorney, versus Canfield, the consultant. In D.C., we're used to legal battles, but we hope tonight this one doesn't go to appeal.
Ain't that the truth? USA Boxing is the governing body. We thank them for taking care of business here tonight. And, of course, there's a lot of support for all the fighters. They've generated money, both Elena Hoffman and Jayme Canfield, each around $10,000, $11,000 last time we checked the tally. So thank you to them for doing such a great job raising some funds. And we are set for the first showdown of the night. 15 overall fights. This is fight number 1.
The anticipation's palpable in here, Larry.
I can hear your heart beating. I can hear your heart beating over here. And imagine how nervous these two competitors are. Joe, you have participated. We'll get to that a little bit later. Tell some of your stories in the squared circle. And here we go.
Oh,
stiff jab. Wow, by Hoffman right out of the box.
Good body work there by Hoffman.
Yeah, Hoffman coming on strong. She obviously has a good jab. Now bouncing back is Canfield in the red. Canfield shook off those first couple shots. And now she's got Hoffman backing up a little bit.
Canfield's got busy hands. Hoffman's really locked up here high in the guard.
And yeah, you obviously see the headgear if you're watching along. This is under the USA Boxing rules.
Hoffman's got a great jab, Larry.
She really does. She's got to follow it with something, though. And now she's holding and hitting. Referee letting that go. And they've really put a lot of energy out already here in round 1.
If I'm in the blue corner here, we got to get to Canfield and just explain. Keep those hands up. That first jab is really setting up that right hook.
Now they're kind of settling in a little bit. The nerves, Joe, you know, you learned it yourself. You kind of expend energy when you're just getting tense and getting ready.
Absolutely. The adrenaline is it's hard to understand until you're in there. But, you know, both fighters look like they're settling in right now. I'm sure this first bell is going to be welcome. And a chance to hit the reset button, you know.
Ain't that the truth? About 45 seconds to go here in round 1. Again, 3 2-minute rounds. Moving forward is Canfield. And you can see she's beginning to pick up a little bit of momentum.
I'd like to see Hoffman keep that right hand a little higher.
And Hoffman, nice combo, starting off with the jab. And again, she started the fight with the jab as a nice stiff jab. And to the body, a good body shot. This is a close round. I'm not sure yet. We got some time to go here. Could be decided in this last 10 seconds. And sometimes the crowd, you know, these fighters invite and sponsors, other folks come in to support them. So the crowd has certainly got their favorites. And you can see the arm weariness beginning to come into play a little bit as the bell rings to end round 1.
I had Hoffman by a couple there, Larry.
You got Hoffman winning the
And
first. I'll agree
please
with
welcome Ring Card Warrior,
and of course, a special
Samantha
part of this event is our
Collins.
Ring Card Warriors.
Samantha was diagnosed with
Each of them are cancer
ALL in
survivors.
2019 at 34 years old. Since then, she has
diagnosed with
relapsed twice,
ALL.
had 1 bone marrow
2019 at the
and
age of
2
34.
stem
Since
cell
then, she's
transplants
relapsed twice.
and 1 CAR trial.
1 bone marrow
She
and
is
2 stem
currently in
cell
remission and
transplants.
still making the absolute most
Currently
of
in
every
remission.
minute she
Hope the
has
best for
with
her.
family
She
and
says
friends.
yes to everything
She says
with
yes
all
to
of the
everything
smile
with
on
a
her
smile on her
face.
face.
Our Ring
Our
Card
Ring
Warrior,
Card
Samantha
Warrior,
Collins.
Samantha Collins.
How much can a fighter consume from the corner man? Because you're tired, you got people yelling at you, you're trying to catch your breath. How hard is it to listen?
Well, I think as the advice was given me by a pro, as a color commentary guy, it's sound bites, Larry. give me the quick gist, right? Get my breath, control my breathing. You know, what's 1 or 2 things I can keep in my mind here? I like Hoffman's pace out, but Canfield knows she's got to find a way to even this thing up. I like her aggression going early here. Again, that busy left hand out of Hoffman's pretty impressive.
And these ladies are rather tall for this weight division. 5'9" for Canfield, 5'8" for Hoffman. And you can see they're very similar in physique. And that left jab by Hoffman has really been a scoring
great jab
punch.
by Canfield there, Larry.
I mean, they both got good jabs. Can they back it up with anything else?
Yeah, we're waiting for that second and third punch.
Some body work by Canfield on the inside.
I like to see Canfield change levels here. I think Hoffman's throwing that jab pretty straight. Canfield might be able to find an angle and work herself into a really nice position for that second punch. She likes her hook.
You see Canfield trying to work behind the jab, but there's no snap on that jab. Both of these warriors slowing down a little bit here halfway through round 2. Again, 3 2-minute rounds. The format for all the fights tonight.
That 2 minutes feels like an eternity when you're in there, partner.
Yeah, it is. They did look at it. I do believe Canfield's turning the tide a little bit here.
Absolutely.
With Hoffman kind of slowing down. Might be some fatigue setting in.
I've got this one so far here with about 40 seconds left. Slight edge to Canfield.
And Canfield again, both these boxers using their jab nicely. And Canfield follows it with the right hand. Not much behind it, but a scoring blow.
That jab again.
Yes, Hoffman bouncing back.
Oh.
Good discipline by both fighters. They know what scores, and they're trying to stick with their strengths. But you know what? Fatigue, as they say, fatigue makes cowards of us all. This guy Lombardi said that.
Here we go.
Closing seconds of round 2.
This is, if you can get some separation here, it's Canfield. Try to land with the right hand.
Could steal around.
You can see the angle. There it is.
And there is the bell to end round 2.
And welcome back our Ring Card Warrior, Samantha Collins,
close.
who was diagnosed with ALL in 2019 at only 34 years old. Since then, she has relapsed twice, had 1 bone marrow and 2 stem cell transplants and 1 CAR trial. She is currently in remission and still making the absolute most of every minute she has with family and friends. Make some noise one more time for tonight's Ring Card Warrior, Samantha Collins.
Close fight, 2 minutes to go. We'll see who gets the victory. What was your record in this competition, Joe?
I want to know, Larry. I retired on top, but I don't see myself making my way back into the ring anytime soon.
So really, you and Rocky Marciano have that in common.
Yeah,
retired unbeaten.
Yeah, you know, you got to know when your number's called and also know when to get out. And I had a long night to think about it. I was the main event, the last fight of the night, and had 14 bouts ahead of me to think about it. And by the end of it, I was excited to see my wife and family and have a couple cold ones.
Yeah, that's exactly right. They must have been cold too.
Yes.
All right, final 2 minutes in this one. Canfield moving forward, and again, piston-like punches scoring, and Hoffman digging to the body. This is really close, a very close fight. You know, on paper it was close, and in the squared circle it's been close as well. Another jab there by Hoffman.
I'd say Hoffman's the busier of the two fighters. Canfield's had a couple quality punches, but the volume of punches out of Hoffman for the first 2 rounds has been, you know, I would say pretty slanted.
You know, Hoffman is doing something very subtle, bending to her right, and that has caused her to avoid that jab from
Absolutely.
Canfield. She's slipping it nicely, and while Canfield continues to move forward, the scoring punches are few and far between.
Absolutely. You got to land them from the count.
There's a right hand by Canfield that scored. Both these boxers, a minute to go, running on fumes.
This is it. Empty the tank. Burn the boats. There is
Nice.
no tomorrow.
There's a right hand that time by Hoffman. They're bringing out some artillery fun. Another
Great
right hand
job.
and a left. Canfield might be banged up a little bit.
The bruiser's getting bruised. Larry.
Yes, indeed. And Canfield not punching anymore. That took a lot out of her. Hoffman had a little extra in that gas tank. Still a long way to go. A little over 30 seconds.
This is the witching hour, Larry. The champions are made.
Hoffman winging right hand over the top.
I'm worried about Canfield's guard here.
Well, Canfield
hands
just
up.
keeps on coming forward. She's open for the right hand.
I can see Hoffman using that left hand to drop that right guard, looking for a window of opportunity.
Closing seconds of a very close fight. Hoffman came, a headbutt there, a kind of a battering ram move.
The crowd is into it, Larry.
Indeed, to the final bell.
Great fight.
Good competition.
What a start.
Now both these fighters are a little shaky as they go to their corners. I mean, you're supposed to leave it all in the ring, Joe. I think they did.
I think they did. I'm impressed by both of these warriors, and frankly, being the first
Ladies
one
and
of the
gentlemen,
night
make
stuff,
some
you don't know
noise
what
one
they're
more
gonna
time
do.
for these two
All the fights
warriors.
Larry, and you respect anybody who gets in the ring.
No question. I mean, it takes a lot of courage to step in there.
If you did
And in
not
fact,
know,
in a lot of
we do
ways,
have a
being
silent
first is
auction
pretty
going
good
on in the
because
back.
can you imagine
Make
being
sure you guys
15th
check
and
that
waiting?
out. All of the fundraising
I
will go
can't.
towards
Were you
knocking
15?
out cancer.
I was.
You don't have to leave
no.
your seats
It's a
either.
long-
You can
it's a long
text
night up there.
Yeah, it is.
DC25
It's close.
to
It's
243-725
Full suit
to
tie, huh?
access the
Absolutely.
silent auction.
I'd be rude if you
The
didn't.
silent auction will
How'd
end
you get
after
your
the
suit
12th
off with the gloves
fight.
on? You took your suit off first.
Exactly,
Like, okay,
exactly.
yeah.
The entourage.
All right, the referee is in the center of the ring.
I've
The
scored this
decision
one.
is forthcoming.
I've got this 3-1 for Hoffman.
3-1.
Yeah.
There was only 3 rounds.
Oh, sorry, 3-0 for Hoffman. I apologize.
One more time, give it up for both fighters.
Got to give it up for him. Good way to start the night. Who
And
gets the
your
win?
winner, fighting out of the red corner,
No surprise
Elena Hoffman.
Good call. Good call. Close fight, but Hoffman bit down on that mouth guard and took it right to the finish. I think that final round meant a lot to that decision. If it had gone Canfield's way, who knows how it would have gone.
Absolutely.